Hey fellow alphas, how is it going? Welcome back here to Alpha Shots, where we talk about things relating facts. Today we're revealing 10 sensational facts about the phenomenon Salvador Dali. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so you never miss any of my uploads. So, without any further delay, let's check out our fact number 1. Salvador Dalí believed he was a reincarnation of his dead older brother. Dali's older brother was born almost 3 years before him and was also named Salvador Dalí. Just 9 months before Dalí was born, on the 1st August 1903, Dali's brother died of a stomach problem. Dali's parents took his birth so soon after the death of their first child to be a sign and believed that Dali was his reincarnation. When Dali was 5, they took him to his older brother's grave and shared their belief of reincarnation with him, something that he too came to believe. Now moving on to the fact number 2. Originally, Dali was more known for his eccentricity than his art. In 1922, Dali moved from Figueres to Madrid to study painting at the Real Academia de Bellas Artes de San Fernando. This was the first time that he felt truly unrestricted in the way he expressed himself, and he became well known as an eccentric. He was commonly referred to as a dandy, as he had long hair, spotted sideburns, and wore clothes similar to those worn by the dandies of 19th century Britain. Now let's check out the fact number 3. Salvador Dalí was expelled from the same art school not once but twice. During Dali's time at the Real Academia de Bellas Artes de San Fernando, he was a well-known troublemaker. In 1923, he was accused of leading a student protest and was consequently expelled. He was allowed to return to the school and repeat an academic year, yet he ended up being expelled again in 1926, just before his final examination. This time it was permanent though, as he declared to his examiners that he was more intelligent than them, thus they could not possibly examine him. Fact number 4. The most well-known work by Dali is titled The Persistence of Memory. The painting has gone down in history to not only be Dali's most well-known works, but also one of the most prominent pieces of surrealist artwork to ever be created. This is a perfect example of Dali's methods and the thought processes at the time. When asked of the symbology behind the melting clocks in this piece, he stated that they were the surrealist perception of a camembert melting in the sun. Coming your way is the fact number 5. Salvador Dalí married his friend's wife. Salvador Dalí was 25 when he met his future wife, Elena Ivanova Jakonov. Elena, known as Gala, was 10 years older than Dali at that time and was married to his good friend Paul Aylward. Paul and Gala were divorced some years later. Dali and Gala eventually got married almost 5 years later in Paris in 1934. Here is the fact number 6. Dali's father came close to disowning him. Dali and his father never really saw eye to eye. So when he started courting Gala while she was still married to Paul Aylward, his father did not hide his strong disapproval. What really brought their relationship to breaking point, though, was a sketch she drew, over which he wrote about spitting on the portrait of his mother. And to the fact number 7. Salvador Dalí had a pet ocelot that he took everywhere. In yet another bizarre display of his eccentricity, Dali would take his pet ocelot almost everywhere he went. Babu, Dali's ocelot, would trail along with him on a list to restaurants as well as on board the luxury ocean liner the SS France. Now moving on to the fact number 8. Salvador Dalí worked on a Disney film. Walt Disney hired Dali to work on a film called Destino in 1946, in which Dali's artwork was combined to Disney's character animation. They initially had no idea how long it would take to produce the film, and after 8 months of working non-stop, they had to put a stop to the project due to financial issues. The film was finally completed in 2003 by Walt Disney's nephew Roy E. Disney. And to the fact number 9. Salvador Dali bought a castle for his wife. When Dali bought a castle for his wife Gala in 1968, she accepted it with one peculiar condition. If Dali ever wanted to visit her at the castle, he would have to gain written permission from her beforehand. She ended up spending many weeks there, which has led some people speculate whether she simply just needed a break from the craziness of it all. Coming your way is the last fact for the day. Salvador Dali built a museum for himself and then died in it. The mayor of Dali's hometown asked him to donate a piece of his art to the town's museum, but ended up with much more than he asked for. Dali ended up rebuilding the municipal theatre, where he held his first exhibition, into a museum dedicated to himself and his works. Dali lived in the museum in the last few years of his life and died there in 1989. Whether you are a fan of Salvador Dali's artwork or not, it's easy to agree that he had a big impact on the world today. He was an enigma. He was thought-provoking and he made his own way throughout the world without a care of what people thought. He lived an incredibly full life, and what we have shared with you here is just the tiniest glimpse into the life of this marvelously eccentric artist. So, how did you like it? I'll be absolutely delighted if you drop a like and comment a fact worth sharing. I'll see you soon. Until then, keep howling!